I'm kind of a history buff, especially an LGBT history buff. And I taught a course on LGBT psychosocial and political issues for the University of Southern California to their graduate MSW students a number of years ago. And it was about sexual and gender minorities. And so, we have to remember that Pride is actually every year a commemoration of the Stonewall riots in June of 1969 in New York at the Stonewall Bar. And we have to remember that everyone was represented there. We hear stories about, of course, the gay men, but we also hear stories about the role of trans women and how they were instrumental in the Stonewall riots, and lesbians and bisexual people and allies as well. And, you should know the story, but if you don't, the Stonewall riots were about one more raid by the police, not for any kind of crime, but just raiding in order to hassle the gay bar. And something about that night, maybe it was Judy Garland's recent death or the June heat, who knows, but something clicked and everybody at the bar fought back. And then the following year, in New York and in Los Angeles, I'm not sure which one was first, but they commemorated the Stonewall riots, just a short time afterward, and said, we're not going back to the days of being oppressed when the cops could just come in and take people away and arrest them and humiliate them and publish their names in the paper in order to out them, things like that. And we've been fighting for our rights ever since, whether it's marriage equality or housing and job discrimination fights or things around HIV and AIDS. But we've been fighting ever since. And I think here in 2025, when we talk about Pride in 2025, we're talking about 2025, as in Project 2025, and how the current administration has set out to certainly oppress immigrants, including LGBT immigrants, because LGBT people are represented in the immigrants that are being oppressed, particularly, some very high profile cases. And we have to remember that when they come for one of us, they come for all of us. And so this year, 2025, more than ever, we are fighting for our rights. And it is a commemoration of Stonewall. Sure, it's fun. There's a parade and there's music and all kinds of fun things. That's great. But we also have to remember it is commemoration of a riot that we were fed up of having our rights trampled on. And we've fought for our rights ever since.